Hey there, Taurus. This is Joy with Joy the World, here to take an intuitive peek into the energies going on around you. Friends and subscribers, welcome back. And if you're new to this channel, click that subscribe button and ring the bell. They'll notify you anytime I post new videos. Also, if you find you like the content we provide here at Joy the World, give us that big thumbs up. Like and share. Share with your peeps, share with your friends, share with your family. Help us get this word out. These are energy sessions here to lighten the load of those who carry the weight of the world on their shoulders. This little thing on top of your head. Okay, so if you've given donations, thank you, thank you, thank you. Many new decks have made their way in, and hopefully soon a new little setup with a better microphone and some lighting. But thank you for bearing with me and my friendly shadow here. Maybe this is my guide, I don't know. But anyways, Taurus, we're going to step on into this. If you're wondering where I have been, Hurricane Sally came blasting on through, and it looks like a little bit of her showing up in your reading as well. Very interesting, and you're wondering why that is going on. We're doing a one card read, which is a one tarot card read with an oracle, a rune, and a visit from Pluto and Mars about this. But I had begun your video and it got interrupted, so I decided I would just start fresh and new, and let's roll with this. Okay, so Taurus, for your rune, it was already out, but it came in like this. Now, mind you, I have the back of the card, which is the inversion, and they're like, it's not any of this going on. It is this, but inverted. Okay, so let's take a little look at what's going on here. Flow. Experience living, union emerging, unseen powers, and happily ever after. So what I see really going on when it's coming in like this is you've been a facilitator and a helper of others in stepping forward into these very energies, but not of yourself. There's been some standing behind the facade, standing behind the self and facilitating for others, but forgetting the host or the hostess also needs to eat the food that they're serving everybody else. Life is here for you to enjoy the party, to step on in and to imbibe as well. So it looks like it's really pointing a lot at this little happily ever after. Sorry, y'all. I'm used to recording over here, over here. Ride the waves with me. Who knows what's going on? They just said leave it like it is. But anyway, some of this happily ever after, talking long-term relationship, marriage, lifelong friend bonds, all of those energies synergizing around you. It's not just one, because the whole new self is coming forward, and it's not like you were trying to pretend that type of facade. It's more of a face of service, a heart of service, of standing forward in that power. Some of you might actually have some retrogrades going on in your chart. Like me personally, Venus retrograde, Saturn retrograde. So that meant my money and my lifelong love were going to come later on, preferably, not preferably, but most likely we'll just dabble in that after 40. Okay, because your life goes through a whole full cycle of facilitating, serving, and helping others be leveraged in those areas. And who else could be a jack of all trades, a master of the information, but you? And that's the thing, is you can keep perpetuating in that until they're like putting the brakes on, they're bringing the screech and the halt, and they're saying, hey Taurus, it's your turn to flow, your turn for love. So remember I said a few cards had come out. It was that, and your tarot card came out, and it is the moon. Now that's pretty interesting for you, Taurus, but it was a bust up, a breakup, something that had happened that really washed away your dreams, your ideas, and your ideals. And not just idealistic like painting a turd or anything like that. It was more of they were true and they were foundational. They had roots, and it got swept away. Just like many people in this hurricane, when the forces and the tides of life came against it, it didn't stand, it didn't last, which left you questioning of yourself, and therefore you stepped back more into this energy. You're like, I seem to know how to help everybody else and have that same wisdom and perspective, but when I apply it to myself, it all seems to falter, fail, and flounder. And you're like, so what's up, Joy? It's sign language. What? You're asking questions. What's up? What's up? What's up? And it's really talking about an eclipse going on with the moon, and not the way that they're saying. It's light upon light, that type of an eclipse of a surpassing type energy, of an amplification going on here of your mind. And they're talking about the mind over matter. They're saying the matter doesn't matter. So move on from that, move on from those things. No more shatters and shambles. They're saying simply walk away. Walk away from the debris. If it couldn't be cleaned up and it hadn't been handled by now, because for some of you, this has been a long time going, okay? It's been a full scope, a full measure, okay? You're talking about a progressed moon, a full moon, which is 28 months of time. That's very long time. And some of you, it's been several cycles of 28 months, moving on through there, trying to figure out what you did wrong and how to fix it. And they're saying, no more. Walk away from this, and let's let the eclipse, let's let the light surpass the light. Let's let the bats in the belfry, those things that have been ringing your bell, flogging your mind, kind of threatening, kind of intimidating, kind of just like boggling you, but really it's just wearing you out and creating dust and cobwebs, which you definitely don't need. So let's look at the brilliance and the beauty of that moon, the brilliance and the beauty of who you are. Okay, friend? Now with this, we already have a rune, so let's go ahead and step into, oh, that's funny, the Moon Oracle. Y'all just got me this deck. You sent in donations, and I sent it back into the channel to get some new look-sees. I feel you right there. Let's see what's going on. Number 4, we're talking about things being put into order, which is fantastic, because after this chaos, that is what you're ready for. You're ready to bring it together to create a new foundation. But did you know that? Did you know that? You might have felt the earth moving under your feet or stabilizing actually, and you're like, whoa, what's going on? Let me take a second look. Let me take a second look, Charlie. It's like, look from within. They're calling you to look from within and allow the cosmos and the heaven, the dream state beyond the seeing, beyond the knowing, greater than you could think or imagine, to come on in. So this is waxing crescent 2, acceptance. So it's definitely relationship. Waxing crescent 2, turning into a 4. It's 2 people that have been through similar situations. It's not necessarily just the same, but at the same level, same devil, that type of thing. The same capacity. People with the same capacity measuring and meeting up is definitely beneficial to moving forward into a relationship. And so a relationship is a 2-way street, and you want both sides to be operational, not storm damage on one and fully flowing on the other, like we've got on our bridges here. We have one bridge that's now operational, but only one side. So here it's coming into contact. Y'all's energies are beginning to find each other. I'm sensing that more than likely this is someone you haven't met or you haven't had an interpersonal relationship with. You might have had an acquaintance or a passerby or a friend of a friend, that type of thing. But there hasn't quite been that face-to-face, the unveiling, the disclosure. How intriguing. Both y'all are dropping that facade at the same time and stepping from service into self. So you're letting me know this may be a Capricorn, okay? Capricorns have often been assigned the state of service in this lifetime, but through this channel, and we're stepping into the 200 years of air, they've definitely been letting me know that we're all transcending and transforming into a whole new vibration that's not even been spoken about, okay? So there's a lot of Capricorn energy going on here. I also see Pisces, and it may be that they are Pisces Sun, Pisces Moon, or maybe even like Pisces the 4 angles somewhere, all right? Maybe even part of Fortune. Interesting. Is that your part of Fortune, Taurus? But it creates a whole new spirit, a whole new vibe, a whole new connection and conversation. Like you two, when y'all get together, dreams come alive, dreams that you didn't even know. It's almost like the soothing waters, the waters of refreshment and restoration begin to seep and trickle down like a gentle rain into the soil. And these seeds erupt out of nowhere. And you're like, it has rained and stormed so many times. Why didn't those come forward? Because these seeds are triggered by the gentle, the softness of it seeping down instead of the deluge, instead of the drought, instead of the extremity going on. So it's someone who's pretty balanced in who they are. They've learned to manage their emotions. They know how to connect and how to bond and to delve in to something deeper. That's that Piscean energy we're talking about there. Okay, so why am I going ahead? Well, usually this is saved for Pluto, but you're calling for it now on the acceptance. Will you accept this? Will you let love in? That's what was being said in the previous clip of the video. Will you let love in? You gonna let somebody love you? Creative concepts. You're like, that's a whole new idea, Joy. That's quite refreshing, but is it real? Is it true? You keep touching your chin and you're like, trying to make that connection. Almost like a little bit of digging through to see where the glitch, where the mishap was, or could be. But that's not what this is calling for. This is a whole new thing. And I love how it's reiterating the seed that was being talked about there. Hang on one second, y'all. What's that?
Hey.
Yeah, you're welcome to pop on in, y'all. We work from home. This is for real.
How's
this
it
is
going?
my son Grace. Hey there. So these are those seeds rising up, seeds that you've never seen before. You had conceived them, they were within you, but you knew it wasn't time nor the place, because it has to be the right environment, and not just the right internal environment, but the right external environment, the people around you. And that's what activates this and brings it forth. And just so you know, you do the same for them as well. It's a match made in heaven. Why should I say anything else other than what they're telling me? Okay, so I'm lining those up because funny how y'all are talking about the 4. You're putting the cards in alignment. That's interesting because the other signs have not as of yet. So we're going to step into Pluto, the Black Tarot here. Ooh, look at the bottom. At the bottom, you got the sun, baby. You're like, that's the one we want. I'm like, okay, fine. Let's step on in here. Well, wouldn't that be perfect? The sun and the moon coming into alignment together. To me, they talk about our perfection is when our sun and our moon align, and that's where you're telling me to put is right up under there. It's supercharged. It's an activator. It is like, for some of you, they're saying naval aviation. I'm like, why are you saying that? I live in a town where there's naval aviation, but it's about the radar love. It's about hitting the mark, hitting the target, hitting the bullseye, but this is also leading into the Mars. So you're very connected. You're making a full force square going on here. You're making a full foundational house raising, not like raising like cutting off, but raising like lifting and exalting, bringing yourself up. Look at that. You're bringing it all together. Thank you, Taurus. Thank you for that. And it's creating a new energy and a new fire, a connection to yourself as well. One that couldn't occur without this. Not everybody has that Genesis in their chart, but for you, you specifically do. So many things, self-help and other philosophies have bogged down a lot of us because it teaches no, be whole, complete, and in yourself before you move forward. Make sure you're perfected before you move forward. Make sure, and there are all these like limiting and railing in type factors that hem you in, but here you're being set free in that divine connection, in the bullseye, in the pupil of the eye, in that fascination, in that true love. There's a whole new world, and trees of life begin popping up, and it changes our world. You heard me say that in the intro, and it's for real. When one person finds himself and steps into their amness of who they really are, it shifts the vibration of the whole earth. It shifts the environment around us, and it begins to make the world a more livable place. It lifts the cares of the world and allows your song to begin to come in to bring forth the heart, the lightness. So anyways, after this connection, it creates a whole new connection to yourself, one that did not exist before. There's somebody who always talks about this 9th ray, which is quite interesting because I had a 9th ray drawn in the Mountain of Wonderfulness that I drew in 2013. The Mountain of Wonderfulness is this crystal clear mountain that you work and work, and it's hard, and you grow and you change and you learn. You make it to the top, you're like, oh, and you get there and you look around. But something in the back of your mind, like Black Moon Lilith, your unconscious is going, I don't see it. Where is it? Where is it? Because it's connecting to your heart and you're searching. And then you see this tiny little chamber with a ladder way down. You can't even see beyond the first few feet. And you realize you have to descend. You ascend to descend into the center of the mountain. And when you reach that center of self, that, that Aries video was talking about, talks about the gravitational center of self, then the rays all start to shoot out. And that 9th ray was always left as a question, as a possibility. But this channel is about making the impossible possible. So when you connect with this person, you bond with them, it finalizes that connection to yourself so that you have the full measure of all time, all life. And the only way you get to the 9 is to be the 0, to be the full. So you contain the full mathematical calculations of order, which is very Metatron. Hope I'm not losing you here. They're going all around mapping everything. So it opens up the stars of life, the cycle of life, the patterns of life, like the understanding of science, physics, codes, metaphysics, genetics, that whole thing. And it begins to unlock, yet seal and protect all at the same time. That's some spice I like there, Taurus. Okay, so with that, we're going to step on into Mars and find out, because Mars is coming in under the creative concepts and the acceptance about this relationship being built together. Here we go. Talking about the Queen of Diamonds. male or female here. It's talking about a man with a plan. So one of you in this has a plan and the other one's ready to go. So this is, oh, I love it. So you're talking about being willing and able. So this isn't staying off in the potential, off in what people call divine feminine, all that kind of stuff. It's actually your potential. So it's not staying off in that realm of possibility. It brings in that ninth rate, the full stepping forward, the full stabilization, the full actualization of it. That's what I mean when I talk about manifestation. It's about being actualized, becoming real, not just this thing that you keep working for and having to speak out and try and, intentionalize, that type of thing. No, you actualize, okay? So this is actual, this is real, and it goes both ways. It goes both ways. One of you is very practical and pragmatic, into the now, looking head on, maybe a very direct speaker, but maybe somebody who just cuts through the bull and sees it straight on. Another one is very much an adventurer, a visionary, someone who sees the future. So it's a unique matchup. It's like fire and earth. The fire, the sun warms the earth so that the seeds grow. It's like a match made in heaven. You keep saying that. I'm like, all right, here we go. So, hey, enjoy your match made in heaven, Taurus. Let me see. Is there anything I left out? So talk to them about the one card wonder, and I got 6 cards out here. What we got to say about that? But it brought in the order, brings in the foundation, brings in the match made in heaven. I love it for you, Taurus. Remember to leave comments down below so I can find out what's happening on the other side of that screen. I know what's going on here, but I love to connect with you and find out what it is. This is about loving and supporting one another so that we truly actualize these dreams that are inside of us. I love you. This is Joy. Talk soon. Bye.